This show is dedicated to Wifey Southern Belle. This show is also dedicated to BM. My guys here, my man Millionaire Cow and Smitty Blim. It's been a long week, a lot of information out there. Yo, we got the Hassan Campbell, Kwame Brown debacle. Um, you know, it's a great thing. It's good. You know, I like to see us as African Americans create these dialogues where we communicate with each other. But a lot of times when we first introduce ourselves, when we don't know each other, it's always doing some type of drama. I think African American drama sells in the media, and I get and we feed into it. There's a culture for that. There's a there's a was popping straight non-chase. It was popping. There's a culture for that, and when we see the African American brothers go back and forth for a day online, it has an audience, and the audience sells. And she smokes in the building, so I'm pretty sure other networks have the same issues like Fox 5 and CNN. We just don't pay it no mind because we don't watch it as much. You know what I'm saying? But drama sells in the media. So it's not really a black thing because drama do sell. You know what I'm saying? Top of the morning, Mark Rodriguez, top of the morning. So I just say, you know what I'm saying? Just watch how it falls out. I just say sometimes you can turn a negative into a positive. I mean, when you got a guy like Kwame Brown who actually mentions you on his podcast and dedicates 30 minutes to you, and you can turn that into, oh wow, I didn't know that this guy was paying attention to anything I was saying. Now, to sum up, Kwame Brown played NBA basketball, right? So the conversation, a little bit that I caught was a conversation between streets and somebody being a regular individual. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, we as people, we take things a little too far. What I mean by that is, when we said in 1989 dudes wasn't outside, that wasn't a bad thing. That wasn't bad. Everybody didn't sell crack with the Green Top Crew. You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't jump dudes with the TDT crew. You know what I'm saying? But they hung out with us after school. Everybody didn't write graffiti. So when we said dudes wasn't outside, a lot of times it was if we had beef and some other dudes might try to put certain dudes in the beef. We'd be like, nah, son, he ain't got nothing to do with this. He a good dude, man. He be in the house. We've turned being in the house into a negative thing. Oh, it's soft. And a lot of you guys are putting yourself in life-changing danger because you want to prove a point that you're outside. That's not what we wasn't even saying we're outside, because when we was outside, we was committing crimes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us. From hopping trains, to writing graffiti, to mugging some people, to robbing some people, to selling krills. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't seem so the way the internet is now, but we have to go with this new wave. So in the argument, I think it was off balance of you're not from the street, so what? And this is what you think about the street. And sometimes we have to stop trying to convince people of our point. So that's where the drama comes in at. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the dramas are created through us trying to convince somebody, well, this is who I am, or this is what I am, that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But it do matter because there's an audience for that. Well, I hope when the smoke clears that those two brothers eventually can put something together and not argue and create a dialogue. They don't got to be friends to do it. Good morning. They don't have to be besties to do it. That's the problem. They don't have to be besties to do that. You know what I'm saying? You think Don Lemon hangs out with other reporters? Nah. We just can report on something as a unit, and that's it. You know what I mean? So let's stop looking at things from some things negative. We ain't got to be friends to do business. A lot of y'all feel y'all got to be besties to do business. Uh, Anthony Anderson, Zeke, what's your perspective on the brother that died on live? Turned down, they forgive the oppressor but won't forgive their own. That's a fact. You know what? They live in a generational gang. I'm happy you brought that up, Anthony. They out there is generational gang banging. People have died for just writing graffiti in gang territory. Those have created homicides or shootings in Cali. You know, Nipsey Hussle, even though we might say in our world, because we're civilians, or the not even civilians, we're not in that world, he died for a dumb reason, but to them, he died for their cause. So the individuals that possibly went over that graffiti thing, they probably was gunning for him, but we just still can't forget. These guys have years of gang banging against each other's sides. So it might not have been over Nipsey. It just might have been over alleged gang banging. You know what I'm saying? We caught you slipping. Because out there, it's generational gang banging. You got some dudes because of jail, they've made peace treaties, you know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Anthony Anderson. So I just think, you know, we do things to put ourselves on harm's way. Because believe me, all those Inglewood family don't got beef over that situation. It's probably mainly that little group that did that. And that little group, you had another little group that probably felt like if we catch them lacking, we got them. A lot of people don't understand, right? Understand the gang culture, right? I didn't get Menace to Society until somebody broke it down to me. They said, yo, they couldn't make it a Blood and Crip story, but if you peep game, right? Those two guys that they killed at the diner, those were supposed to be the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. Peep game. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do out there. They carjack each other. All the little beefs that we don't think that people will have, they have. So definitely, man, that was definitely crazy, man. But this is what I mean about generational gang banging. This is what you sign up for. And sometimes you get caught lacking. You know what I'm saying? Dudes don't care, man. You don't know, honestly speaking, we don't know who did it, but we just know that this is what these dudes do, man. They create ops, you go live, dudes got the drop on you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your owner sell you out. Sometimes your owner be like, yo, he on the block right now. You know what I'm saying? So the moral of the story is don't become a hood ornament. You know what I'm saying? Be careful out here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's generational gang banging out there. That Nipsey situation, you had some dudes that probably felt sorry about that. I probably felt like, you know what I'm saying? You catch any of them slipping, they're out of here. Maybe we have to say allegedly because we don't know what really happened. You know what I'm saying? You know what? You know what's great? I felt it like it was me getting shot in that video. How can we kill our own, not the oppressor, when we're revolutionary OGs? You want to know why? Because we wasn't raised to fight our oppressors. We was raised to be submissive to them. And our true revolution our biggest revolutions have been against each other. Black and Latino, black on black. You know what I'm saying? The oppressors, the people that fight the oppressors on a large scale is really non-oppressors. That you know what I'm saying? The biggest, you know what I'm saying? Like us, we've created in our head this black on black crime thing. How we look at each other crazy. And that's because we still remain in these communities where that goes on a lot. So we see that a lot. So that's why we have these conversations. Now when you move around, and, you know what I'm saying, you see things a little more differently. Now, exactly like I said, you won't sign up for the army where you can legally smoke something. But you shoot your block up and kill people that look just like you. Makes no sense. But you can legally kill somebody in the USA Army, Marines, Air Force. You know what I'm saying? But you'd rather buy a legal gun to kill your own. So I just think it's a thinking, you know what I'm saying? I just think I believe it's a thinking. And, I did a show a couple of days ago. Shout out to Millionaire Cali. Exactly. You want to kill something? Uncle Mo's in the building. Join the armed services, man. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, you got some people, and I'm going to say this, that they have to create chaos because that's what works for them. Some people walk into chaos. Some people wake up in the morning and be like, F him for no reason at all. It creates chaos because that's how some people, I guess, feel they win or whatever they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just some people, that's just what works for them. We have to sit back and watch the patterns and know what not to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just some people. I did a show on that a couple of weeks ago. That's a mental health issue. But part two is, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. It's crown jewel, right? That's why you pay attention, you take notes. Sometimes it's good to be a listener and not a talker. Understand where somebody's coming from. Understand who your options. Understand what you're dealing with. A lot of times we sit around and we play games. We don't understand what we're dealing with. You feel me? Exactly. Misery loves company. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And then you got some people that's, hey, it's all about the dollar. But all in all, it's just another showcase of African Americans going after African Americans on TV, like Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop don't pop unless it's the drama, throwing liquor in somebody's face and the cursing and all the, you know what I'm saying? So we have to be very mindful of what we watch. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to look at this. We have two powerful brothers, and they can do nothing else but try to tear each other down. There's no information coming out of that. There's not a resource coming out of that. We're just trying to convince the crowd who's more intelligent and who's more real. That's the difference. And I think that was the difference with me growing up with the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans I grew up around, they were strong. They were strong in the mind. So it was never about convincing people. It is what it is. We didn't pay mind to people that we wasn't dealing with. Like, we didn't talk about dudes across the street because that was a no-go. You know what I'm saying? Where there's a culture where that's cool, where we talk about dudes across the street. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be smart, man. You got to be very smart. You know what I'm saying? Because when you ain't smart, this is how you see what's going on the jump offs. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, hopefully they don't got to be friends to create a dialogue. They don't got to be besties. That's what dudes think. I got to be your friend so we could do business. I never did business with all my friends. You see now that I don't hustle, there's a lot of dudes I don't be around because it was business. My man told me that when I was young. Business and personal is two different things. And until you wake up, until you grow up and stop thinking that I'm supposed to be your friend in business, then we're gonna still have these problems. Every time you mess my money up, I'm not giving you no work. You looking at it like, yo, but you're my friend. You're not my friend when it comes to business. And that's where we mess up at. We all believe that business and personal is the same thing. That's you know what I'm saying? So I was saying they both failed this last night, Hassan and Kwame Brown. Because nothing came out of it but a bunch of yo and who and what, and I'm really to you, and I fly you out, and boom, and Tank Head, boom. All that was not beneficial to the people. Tank Head is sitting back in jail. What was logical about talking about Tank Head? What was education about that? Okay, I put myself in a situation, I lose my mind, I go back to the penitentiary. Okay, he's for the people. We have to stop doing that, man. Deal with shit. Okay, you beefing with me, I'm beefing with you, but let's get something positive out of this. Not talking about Tankhead, I'm just being honest with you. We have to stop that shit. Stop giving niggas awards that they don't deserve, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that's the world that he come from. You understand what I'm saying, Juan? In the same token, Kwame Brown, you come from a world where you had to come from the South, where, you know what I'm saying, you come from a more oppressive state. We come from a more freer state. So you have something good to say to the people. How did you come out and come from the dirty South where there was actually slave camps and slave this and slaves that? Y'all actually feel slavery, bro. Come on, bro. You have something great to say to the people. I don't care about Stephen A. Smith. He's a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about Michael Jordan. He's close to a billionaire. We know he's done nothing for us. We know that over the years, bro. So in the same token, okay, Hassan, I got you on my platform. Instead of me clowning you and you clowning me, let's talk about, yo, how can we use our powerful voices to wake one or two people up? All thing that happened yesterday was, we know Kwame Brown in the street, dude. I'm just being honest with you. If I know you're not from the block, it doesn't matter if I say you wasn't outside. Why does he care for? You did something great. You went to college. My cousins wasn't outside. They're from the projects. They was actually they was outside, but they didn't happen to go to school. They one's a doctor and one's a CPA. So that doesn't mean nothing. I have another cousin that was outside. That's a that retired captain in the army, and he's got on an insurance company. Doesn't mean nothing, bro. That outside shit is some shit y'all want to put together, man. That's killing young boys. Young boys is killing each other. That's why I salute the general for. I want the general for my song. I may not like everything that he say, but I like some of the shit that he say. It's not cancel. You cancel that shit you talking about. So you know what I'm saying? Be proud. Teach us how being outside we can win, bro. Because the youth believe being outside, being inside is soft. So convince the youth, like, yo, I grew up in the South. They had a whole bunch of drugs and lean and all this other craziness, and I made it through that. Show the youth how we can win, bro. If we ain't doing that, then we wasting time, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the 5'9" prime times. I hollered me about Lace, too. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that Lace, they want to put clarity on their big homie name. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. People be mad, be mad. I tell you one thing, not one Mac baller hit me up yet saying nothing to me. And I got official Macs on my page. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You live in this dirty life. This is what happens with the dirty life, man. And that's where I'm getting at. It's the weekly events, man. And I know some people ain't gonna agree with me. I don't want you to agree with me. I want you to think about it. It's not about agreeing, yo, Zeke is right, Zeke is wrong. Think about it, bro. We have two powerful voices, and all they did was go back and forth about who's real and who ain't real. We're talking about people that doesn't matter. Let's talk about your cousin that's a doctor, your cousin that's a cop. We don't talk about none of these people. We talk about jail cats. That's what we talk about. Oh, just jail guy. We're giving these guys... Somebody wrote a comment, he actually made me mad, but shout out to the guy who got live brim, I think is gay. Something weird, right? But he said something that's real. Why are we giving jail guys, making them credible for? Now respect that. And that's respectable, bro. You don't rock with them, I respect that. That's respectable. That's your freedom. Back in the days, our grandparents had no freedom. Some of our grandparents lived in the South. They had no freedom. They had none of that, bro. My father had to escape the South. He ain't moved to the South because there was no jobs. He had to escape the South. He was born in 1923, bro. His story is half their family don't even know each other because they had to escape the South. They couldn't be outside past 6 o'clock at night.